Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you a quick way to install Laravel on share hosting using SSH. You must have SSH access. So the very first thing is we'll do SSH to our box, my username, at the domain, I'll enter the password. While we are in, I just clear the screen so I can go on. Now, the very first thing is I have to install Composer, dependency manager for PHP. We go to get start, installation, and this is the one I want. I need this command to be run. But before I do that, I want to organize myself. So I want to install the Composer into a proper folder. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure I'm in the in my home directory. So I just go ahead and type cd tilde. It takes me to the home directory. Then I will create a few folders. First I create a bin folder, then I cd into bin, and then I'll create another one called Composer. I'll move into Composer folder, and simply I will run this command. It's going to curl into that URL and get the Composer for me. Here you go. So I just put this one in, and then I install this. So if I go ahead and do ls, you can see the composer.phar is there. So the next step is to actually create an alias to make it easy to actually call the composer. Like now, if I want to call the composer, PHP composer, this I have to call it. So every time I have to say PHP composer. Now if I'm anywhere else, I have to actually give the full path. So I want to create an alias, and I want to be able to run it from anywhere as long as I'm on the command line, right? So what I'm going to do is first I have to find out where PHP CLI is, the command PHP command line, which PHP CLI. So it gives me the path. I just copy the path because I need this path later on when I create the alias. Next, I have to put this alias somewhere that can be run anytime I log into this box. So that file is called bash rc. So just simply go ahead and vi home directory slash dot bash rc. This is what we have to do. The very first thing is we have to add these command to the beginning of the file, so which I did right now, right here, right? And then we have to write this command which creates an alias, so I can call composer by just putting the word composer. I could call it goggly goo. Of course I'm not gonna call it goggly goo since it has to make sense, right? Composer, and it calls the PHP CLI, and then that one will actually call the composer in the folder that we have moved. So this line has to be at the very end of this file. Now we save this file. What we do is the next thing we do is we do source this file, so meaning this has to stay there even if you log out and log in back, still it should work. So let's go ahead and do that. And now if I go ahead and type composer version, let me just paste this right here. You can see composer works, so I can even add this. So my composer is working no problem. The next step is to install Laravel. Okay, we are getting to the point that we want to go ahead and install our framework. So I'll go ahead and I go to where it says create a project while a composer. This is the line I need, right? So you just have to go ahead and say composer create project Laravel preferred destination. So what I'm going to do in this one, as a matter of fact, this is where I'll put the directory that I want to install this. So now let me go ahead and see what directory I'm in. Just go ahead into www. I want to install it somewhere right here, and I want to install it inside the Laravel folder, right? So what I'm going to do is just do a pwd to get a present working directory. Go ahead and do the mark. Let me copy this, come back here, and just put this one here, and I'll call it Laravel. Okay, so this is what I want to install this. So I simply go ahead, copy this, and paste it into the command line. So it's gonna what it's gonna do is going get all the necessary software or dependency and download it, create the folder Laravel inside the www. So we should be able to access this later on. Let me just go ahead and see what I have in my account. Uh, so as you can see, I have a page here, your home page, so it's nothing done yet. We'll wait for this software to install everything. Okay, this is done. So if I go ahead and do cd Laravel, let me just clear this, do an ls. So these are everything I have in the Laravel folder inside www. Laravel, here you go. So if I go to public, there is an issue here. It's a server error. The reason is we need to give access to the storage folder. Okay, let me show you where storage folder is. Our ls-la. Here is the storage folder. So what we got to do is we got to give permission recursively to all the files or folders inside the storage. I would do 77 read, write, and execute to storage. Okay, let's try now. Refresh. There you go. Laravel is up. Now, some of you might say, "What is this kind of URL? I don't want this. I want my Laravel to be to run at the main domain name." That is where we have to actually use the .ht access file. So what we want is we want to enable, we got to make sure the mod rewrite is enabled. If it's not, we have to ask the hosting company to make this one enable for us, but usually it is on. I'll go back to the server, and what we need to do is under www, which serves the current page, your home page right there, we have to have a file called .ht access file, right? We got to create the .ht access file, and then what we have to do is we got to put the command or the code that actually sends all the requests that are coming to this page to Laravel, slash public. That's what we have to send, right? So I save this file, I created .ht access. Now if I refresh this, it simply has to take me to Laravel. That's all for installing and accessing the Laravel. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any question. Thank you and have a good day.